What's going on, everybody? Marla Cross 316 back with another comic book flashback. And today, folks, we are looking at Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 91, and we are looking at the first part of Deadpool. On the cover today, we see Spider-Man teaming up with this chick right here. Who is this? This is none other than Kitty Pryde, and she is in a new costume. She's teaming up with Spider-Man today, and so we'll see why did she dress up in this unique costume, as well as we're going to be looking at the first appearance of the Ultimate Deadpool. So that's going to be pretty cool here. So let's go ahead now and get started with today's issue, part 1 of 4 of Deadpool. This issue is brought to you by Brian Michael Bendis, who wrote this issue. We have Mark Bagley on the penciling, John Dell on the inking, Justin Ponsor, the colorist, and we have these other famous guys on the issue as well, and you can look at that in your own time. But let's go ahead now and get started. We have Spider-Man, and he is, as we open up this issue, he is bound in these ropes here, it looks like, and he's like, okay, it's going to take a lot more than this to embarrass me in public. Well, not a lot more. And who is he fighting? He is fighting the Ringer. The Ringer makes his first appearance in this issue, and he's just kind of like a B level villain, kind of like a C level villain. He's not that well known, but he makes his debut in this issue as well, and Spider Man is trying to put a stop to him. He has robbed a jewelry store, and that's what's inside this bag here. And we're going to see Spider Man is just kind of helpless here, and he's trying to avoid these rings here from going into him and smashing them. I mean, these rings are kind of like a metallic, and this is what's so funny is the Ringer says that he's from Maryland, and so Spider-Man's making fun of him because he's from Maryland, because he's like, how has Maryland become cool all of a sudden? And we see that the Ringer thinks that Spider-Man is a mutant. Well, we see right from behind, here comes Kitty Pryde, and she's in this new costume, and we're going to see that she's going to save Spider-Man from this Ringer, this villain here. And so she kicks him, punches him a little bit. He throws some rings at him. We got some cool action scenes right off the bat. Some awesome stuff. We see that then Kitty Pryde is going to try to phase through the Ringer's costume here so that his weapons will kind of malfunction. That's kind of what her power does. Once she phases through something, it like short circuits, and for some reason it doesn't work. When she phases through the Ringer, it doesn't work. She then goes, she says, okay, this is going to hurt a little bit, and she phases Spider-Man out of those rings here because he's just helpless here. He's like, whoa, and he's like, you phased me. And she says, you're welcome. I didn't know you could phase other people. If I grab and focus, that was completely freaky. I know. And how have I no shirt? He's like, bonus for me. He said, hey, where did he go? He said, oh, he's trying to get away. Web him up for me. So we see that he's trying to get away. Spider-Man throws in this web. He's trapped. He said, all right, you mutant freaks, showdown it is. Then Spider-Man webs up his gloves here so he doesn't throw any more of these rings, and then it finally short circuits because he had this little jetpack on the back of his back here. He said, oh, the mechanism's in his back, duh. And then boom, and down goes the Ringer here. Kitty Pryde notices that the Ringer brought his wallet, and so using his wallet, she's going to reveal the secret identity as none other than Anthony Davis from Medina County, Ohio. The police show up. Spider-Man's like, okay, we got to get out of here because the police, they like to shoot at me. So he grabs Kitty Pryde and they swing on past the Daily Bugle. They get on top of the Daily Bugle building, and he's like, okay, thank you so much for saving me, but you can stop making fun of my villains. I know the Ringer is kind of a stupid villain, but come on, take it back. I got some cool villains. And she's like, oh, come on now. I got some really cool villains as well. Got Magneto, the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, the Hellfire Club. And she goes on and on. But it's pretty cool to see that Spider-Man and Kitty Pryde are getting well along in their relationship here. If you didn't know, they are dating at this point in the Ultimate Universe. If you don't remember, Peter Parker broke up, or really MJ broke up with Peter Parker, and now Peter Parker is dating Kitty Pryde. So we see that Kitty Pryde is going to be picked up by the X-Jet here. It's a robot-controlled X-Jet because the X-Men have gotten tired of picking up Kitty Pryde. So they're going to send this automatic plane to pick her up. And she's like, oh, you still like me? He says, take back that thing about my villains. She says, no. They kiss. But then awkwardly she phases through Peter Parker and she says, I'm sorry. He said, oh, that was kind of freaky. Did you just phase my face or yours? She says, I gotta go in. I didn't know how to break the kiss. Well, and it's like an awkward moment that's between these two. She's okay. And then Peter's like, okay, well, call me when you get home so I know that the robot plane got you there safe. And she says, okay. She gets into the X-Jet. And she says, wow, I'm awesome, except that I'm an idiot. Hiding my new costume from a house full of mutants that holds two of the world's most powerful telepaths? Yeah, I'm a genius. I just don't want to hear about it right now. I want something that is mine and just mine. A part of my life that isn't the X-Men for once. I want Peter to like me as me. I don't want to stop it, to be happy for 2 seconds. It was a good day. Just sit there and be happy. But she's all, what am I saying? You just scared off Peter. You did, didn't you? You scared him off. Idiot. Well, she gets back to the X mansion here. She's asking, hey, is anybody home? Hello? Out steps Wolverine. But Wolverine, instead of greeting Kitty Pryde, lunges at her and tries to attack her. He phases through Kitty Pryde. She's like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? And then all of a sudden, she's attacked from behind here by an electric shock, and it actually hurts her. Usually when she's phasing, it doesn't hurt her. So, wow, what the heck is going on here? Here comes Storm. She's like, Aurora? Aurora? What is that? Like a word? Whatever. And then Kitty's like, I gotta get out of here. So she phases through the ground. She goes down below into the basement. She's trying her best to escape her own fellow X-Men who are trying to attack her. And we see here that she short circuits the centers here, and she's like, okay, launch. And she launches the X-Jet here. She tries to get in, but the X-Men get in with her, and they take her down. And we soon see here that the X-Jet is going to fly in the air while the people say nice. Now this is weird. Why would the X-Men attack Kitty Pryde? Well, that is just what we're going to have to try to figure out here. As we continue to look through this issue, we see Aunt May is going to a friend group to eat out, and Peter's like, are you going on a date? And she says no. And he's like, okay, well, have a good time. Then he looks up in the air. He notices that the X-Jet is spotted in the air. He's like, what is Kitty Pryde doing? So he swings, checks up on the X-Jet. He goes inside and it locks. And then now he's locked inside of this X-Jet. And the X-Jet then is going to fly him back to the X-Mansion. 20 minutes later, he gets out of the X-Jet. He notices that Kitty Pryde is greeting him at the door. And he's like, yo, your plane's broken or something, and I got dragged all the way here, and whoa, hey, my spidey sense is going off. Wolverine isn't here, is he? Then he's attacked by this electrical shock here. He's like, ugh. Then we see far out, it's Spider-Man. But it's not Kitty Pryde who's saying this Deadpool. Deadpool is disguised as Kitty Pryde, and he is not alone, y'all. as we see that he's surrounded by some menacing characters here. Who are these people? We'll have to find out next issue, in issue number 92. It looks like Deadpool is not up to any good here, and he looks like this version of Deadpool is not playing games. And we'll find out exactly what this Deadpool is up to and why he has attacked Kitty Pryde and Spider-Man in the next issue. But before we look at issue number 92, go ahead now and drop a like on this video. Comment down below what are your predictions of what's going to happen next. And as always, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one.